What up, peeps? It's the moving junk guy here. Hope you guys are all doing good. My fellow junkers, my movers, all you guys, my entrepreneurs, business owners. Love you guys. Great feedback on the video last week. Glad you guys enjoyed it. Got another one for you out here today. It's nice weather in PA, sunny. So I decided to come out, get a job done. Thought it'd be pretty good. So came out and did it. But that's not what this is about. This is about today's today's video. If you guys like it, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe and like the channel overall. It helps me grow. It helps me get better at this, honestly. But I'll get into this now. So today I'm going to talk about my 2 worst junk removals I've ever done. Man, last week I talked about all types of things that you need when you're getting into this space and things like that. But honestly, no one really talks about the worst things that you've ever experienced. I can be pretty transparent, and the number one thing I hate is bugs, especially when I'm in an enclosed space. I'll let you guys on something that I learned. There's pros and cons to the kind of truck that you're using for your jobs. I use a box truck. A lot of people use a dump truck. I prefer a box truck. There's different pros and cons to both, but this particular one was a con. A regular dump truck, you put stuff in there, it's no access to the cab or anything. You just you flip a switch and it all unloads. You don't gotta worry about it. Everything's outside. Now, a box truck's a little bit different. Everything is enclosed. You see this right here? There's a door right here that I can go right in the back if I really wanted to. As you can see, not gonna open that up right now, but you get the point. I have used this truck for a long time, especially when I first started. So the first worst junk removal I ever did was one where it caused an infestation in my truck. Yeah, I know. Stay tuned. It might happen to you. You never know. So I'm glad that I have this opportunity to let you guys in on it. So what happened was I got this alert, the junk removal active. This is back in my days when I used to use a lot more of Thumbtack, which I'll talk about in a later video. Got a lead from Thumbtack, and I went to go do it. You know, I negotiated with the person. This is early on. Like I said, didn't have a lot of experience or skin in the game. We did a lot of texting back and forth. Didn't really get a lot of pictures. Got enough pictures. I was like, oh, this is something I could probably do alone, because at that time I was doing everything alone. And I went out there. And got there, talked to the dude. I think I charged maybe $300 for the job, and it was probably one of 2 junk removals that I've ever done that I didn't complete. That I just said, yo, I can't do this. Honestly, and I have no problem doing that as a business owner. I understand the hesitancy, especially when you're fresh in business. You don't want to turn away anything because you're like, yo, when is my next dollar gonna come? But I promise you, sometimes you just gotta say no. So I got to this site, to this person's house, and everything's outside. Bags, it's like probably 40 or 50 bags. This is something that I don't have a problem doing on my own. Like, especially back then, I would probably bang that out like less than a half hour. You just kill it because the truck was right there, the bags were right there, boom. Start picking up stuff. As I spoke about earlier in the video, don't like bugs. I don't care. People may think what they think, whatever. I know I'm a junk removal person, but I am not a waste management person. I'm not a trash collector. I'm not. So I started throwing these bags in the truck, picking them up, throwing them, tossing them. Woo! 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 So then I look at the back of my truck. Mind you, door right here. with cracks in it at the bottom, all around it. Start looking at the back of the truck as I'm throwing these bags in. What do I see start crawling up the walls? Cockroaches. Freaking cockroaches, bro. So I immediately stopped. I said, I'm done. I'm not doing this. I drive off. Well, I told the person, I was like, yo, I'm sorry, man. I can't finish this. I can't do this. I'm just not. And I drive off, and I thought that I killed them all in the back of the truck, but I didn't. I start seeing bugs crawling through here, cockroaches crawling everywhere in my cab. Like I spoke on earlier, that's one of the cons to having a box truck. The cab is connected to the box. I start seeing little cockroaches running throughout the cab. I'm not a fan of bugs, especially in a confined space, which is what this truck is. Yeah, you can probably guess the rest. I had to get this truck, I had to get an exterminator to come and bomb the truck. And I had to clean up all the excess cockroaches. It probably was like a week or two process of getting every single one out. But I learned my lesson, and I never do trash anymore. It was it was a big lesson. It was a nasty lesson, but man, if I could just illustrate it for you, just seeing bugs crawling up your walls was disgusting. So that was the number one worst junk removal I ever did. Number two is not quite as bad. It's more so a time-consuming thing. I had a person call me out to Philly to do like I was removing dirt. This is the first time I ever removed dirt. I don't do it anymore. I think for me, it's not for me. I'm not going to say it's stupid. It's not for me or my business. It's just don't make it. So, early on days, back when I was riding in my Chevy S10, this is before the box truck. Chevy S10, low capacity of nothing near close enough to haul all this dirt. So, I'll paint the picture for you. Picture you walk, it's 12 p.m. or 11:30 p.m. in the day. You walk to someone's house. They have a backyard. They have a big pile of dirt. And they're like, I want all this stuff out. Now, that's not the bad part. That's not the bad part. It's whatever. We all do things, and, it's not always the best thing, but hey, you got to do it sometimes. So I did it. This is the one I did finish. It took me 6 hours of hard labor that I didn't stop once. I had no bottles of water. That's one thing I learned throughout this. Always bring water. Always bring salt tablets for if your body cramps up. Always bring electrolyte tabs. But yeah. So I'm loading. I have a little I didn't even have a wheelbarrow. So I got my shovel, which isn't even like a good shovel. I got my shovel, putting everything in bags, loading it up. Can't load it up too much, even though I'm strong. Like, this is dirt. It's heavy as crap. So I'm loading it up maybe halfway. Some of the bags is tearing as I'm dragging them. It's maybe 100-foot walk to the truck. 100 feet, and I probably did 100 walk backs and forth. 6 hours. Bruh. Not my best moment. When I tell you my body was beat up after that day, I mean it. Like, I bounced back pretty quickly typically, but that was a harsh one. I have no problem admitting that. Like, that was a hard fought day. And guess how much I made? $375. And I was like, this seems like a lot. Early on in this business, I was just grateful to be getting some cash. But as I learned, I'm like, 6 hours of work, plus I had to dump all that stuff. Yeah, it wasn't a good look. So the worst part is when I did get done, I got paid, cool, drove back. It loaded down my truck so much that it was basically riding, like, touching the ground. The bed was like touching the ground. It was crazy. And I had to get on the highway. And I was driving like that for like 20 miles on the highway. Like, experience that I will never do again. But that was number 2 for the worst junk removals I've ever done. Definitely not as bad as the first one, but they're bad in different ways. But I'd love to hear about some of you guys' worst experiences, because you know misery loves company. And I'd love to just hear your feedback on this video. So do me a favor, like and subscribe to the channel. Share this if you think anybody would benefit from it. And you guys have a good week. I'll see you next week. Good luck junking, good luck moving and doing your thing. Moving Junk Guy out.